The news just don't stop, and neither do the videos. We're back with another one for the Shadowlands Alpha. This time talking about the Covenants. I assume a little bit more about the zones and how the Covenants work outside of the gameplay stuff like we saw with the abilities in the previous video from yesterday. So let's get right to it. When Sylvanas Windrunner pierces the veil between life and death, you and your allies are pulled into the Maw, where the most wicked and damned are to suffer for eternity. Are damned to suffer for eternity. Yet Azeroth's champions are able to escape and soon make their way to the noble Kyrian in Bastion. Long has it been since a soul has been sent to the Gleaming Realm, and the locals are astonished by the arrival of a living mortal. However, it quickly becomes apparent that underneath Bastion's glistening veneer lies unrest. The Kyrian's anima, the soul-born essence that fuels their eternity of service, is on the verge of being completely depleted. Before you can help them and make them take your warning of Sylvanas and the horrible truth of the Maw seriously, you must prove your worthiness as an aspirant and overcome all trials to earn your Kyrian wings by ascending. Unsure if you truly have moved on from the world of the living, we understand that this new reality may be difficult to accept. You are not the first, nor will you be the last to question the nature of your own existence. What's this, Westworld? Am I me? Anyway, your first stop in Bastion is the Vestibule of Eternity. Akin to other Kyrian sites, this pristine sanctuary is patrolled by anima-fueled centurions and is kept clean and shining by diligent stewards, who scrub each cobblestone by hand until it has a polish that only feathered elbow grease can achieve. It's funny. It is here that you begin your ascension training, purifying your soul through ritual cleansing by shedding the flaws of mortality. Listen to the soothing chimes of floating bells as you wash away the dust of life in sacred pools. What is this like? This is a quote from something in the zone. Look at how beautiful this zone looks, though, by the way. I can't believe it. As you prepare for ascendance, you will journey deeper into the resplendent fields of Bastion, your opportunity to demonstrate your value to the Kyrian. This is unfreaking believably good looking. It's like the best looking thing in the entire game, honestly. Anyway, home of the pure. Bastion is brought to life by its inhabitants, and if you wish to untangle the Banshee Queen's nefarious plans, you need to earn an alliance with them. Bastion's inhabitants, so there's three. Kyrians, the noble inhabitants of Bastion who shepherd the souls of the dead to Oribos so that they can be judged by the impassive arbiter before being sent to their final destination. Fresh arrivals to Bastion will become Kyrian aspirants, wingless beings who train for eons to one day earn their wings and join the ranks of the Ascendant. They look cool as hell, kind of like a little bit of a Greek feel. Stewards, this is the owl people that everybody was going nuts about. Born of the magic of death, these overworldly groundskeepers and artificers keep Bastion pristine. Along with maintaining the realm, they assemble centurions, the anima-fueled guardians that train Kyrian aspirants and defend Bastion. Each steward dotes on a paragon and keeps mementos of their achievements. Perhaps you will catch their eye and they'll pledge themselves to you. So everybody's hoping for a new allied race from one of these zones, and the owl does seem like it could be it. Very unique. I've never seen something like this before. Very unique looking. Wow. The Forsworn. Rarely, an aspirant will have failed to complete a rite of passage. These once bright souls darken and become lost, wandering the plains of Bastion to lament. Containing the Forsworn is key, for if left unchecked, doubt can spread like a disease. Yeah, this is like really Greek. Like, they're really a lot of, anyway, centurions. A legion of anima-fueled automatons that drill Kyrian aspirants in meditative combat as well as defend Bastion. Praetor. These flying automatons are charged with training aspirants who show particular martial promise. Goliath, unyielding bulwarks and powerful warriors that enforce order in Bastion. And Colossus, eternal protectors. These guardians have stood watch and defended Bastion for ages. Interesting. Okay. And then memories. They're cool looking. As the Kyrian shed the burdens of their past lives, physical manifestations of their tormented thoughts are expelled from their bodies. Only by striking them down can the Kyrians cleanse themselves and achieve ascendance. So, very interesting zone. I mean, I think the prominence of the zone is going to be its physical beauty, but the story doesn't seem that bad, right? Like, I mean, different types of characters are interesting. There are but a few of the entities. These are but a few of the entities you'll encounter in Bastion. While adventuring, it's best to stay vigilant. You might even cross paths with Uther the Lifebringer and other long past heroes of Azeroth who now wander this world. Now, I would be happy about that. That's why I'm really excited about this expansion. I don't care. Like, they're obviously going to introduce new characters. Even in BFA they did, you know what I mean? There wasn't that many new characters. But frankly, the ones they did introduce in BFA were some of the best characters ever. So hopefully that they'll continue hitting the home run. But I literally don't care. Like, that's my background now. You know what I mean? Look at that picture. I don't know if I'm going to pick the Kyrian as my Covenant, but, like, that's my hearth right there. You know what I mean? Like, come on. That's the nicest thing that's in the video game. It's insane. And I can't wait to hear the music. Okay, so let's talk about the Covenant. When players, that was about the zone. When players reach maximum level and have explored the first 4 zones, they'll be able to pledge themselves to a Covenant, like the Kyrian. Each Covenant offers its champions abilities, along with other powers and cosmetic rewards that can be unlocked through a Covenant campaign, an epic storyline unique to the faction. That's going to be something to cover, isn't it? And other activities over time. This alliance also gives the players access to a Covenant Sanctum, a city only open to players who have forged a pact with its ruler. Oh, cool. So kind of like a class order hall, but for much more players. Anyway, power of the Kyrian. If you choose to join the Kyrian Covenant, you'll gain 2 unique abilities. 1 class ability used in combat, as well as a signature ability that summons a steward to assist in your adventures. Here's the signature ability. So we read this in the previous video. It's very interesting, but we want to talk more about it today. To give you an idea what to expect, you can view a list of the... Yeah, okay, so we looked at that. They're a work in progress. So now let's talk more about soul binding. When you join a covenant, you'll be able to undergo an ancient rite to bind your soul to some of its most powerful members. By doing so, your character harnesses their power, gaining access to powerful bonuses. Over time, you can unlock new tiers of power and even switch soul binds when strategy demands it. That sounds awesome. So that sounds similar to maybe an essence type system. Kind of like Azerite Gear plus essences, I think is what we saw. It's like a little talent tree. Kyrian Covenant spoils. For your contributions to the Kyrian Covenant, you'll be rewarded with several cosmetics rewards, including a mount, a pet, Kyrian Forged armor, and back attachment that rival the beauty of Kyrian wings. So we saw the pictures from BlizzCon. Absolutely gorgeous. Wait, what happened to Bastion? Wait, oh, this is just about this one Covenant. I get it. Okay, so this is just about Bastion and the Kyrian Covenant. Anyway, there's also armor. Dawn specially crafted armor forged in the heart of Bastion. Gorgeous. I mean, that's a very good look for that Nightborn. This is what, Zandalari female? Yeah, it's got to be. It looks great. I don't know. Leather, that's plate. That doesn't look like I would wear that, but it's cool looking. Anyway, there are more mysteries yet to unravel in Bastion, and not all as it seems. A shadowy force threatens the peace in this realm. Perhaps some of the Azeroth's greatest heroes can champion the cause of the Kyrian and drive back their adversaries. And now there's talk about the dungeon, which you definitely want to take a look at. And then, yeah, so I guess what they're going to do is they're probably going to release one of these every time a zone comes out. So that means the zone's probably coming out. Well, the zone's coming out with the first alpha build, and that's probably within the day or two. So let's read about this. Necrotic Wake. I had a feeling it was going to be like, yeah, this is interesting. Look at that, though. That's freaking cool looking, whatever that is. Okay, the forces of... This is long. The forces of Maldraxxus have invaded Bastion. Thirsty for anima, these monstrosities have ransacked the Temple of Courage. Heroes must thwart these invaders, lest their paradoxical... yeah, that's not the word. But anyway, place crumbles. So obviously... it's interesting. This is kind of what I expected, and I'm still surprised by it. I kind of expected the 4 realms to be at war with each other, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. So that's interesting. Level 50, 1 of 4 level up dungeons. So there's going to be one dungeon per zone for leveling, and then 1 dungeon per zone for max level 2, I think they said. But we don't know. I guess maybe they'll be different. So Blightborn, these must be the bosses. And is that 5 bosses? Yeah, 5. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 bosses. That makes sense. Anyway, here we go. Blightborn, the corpulent mass of rotting flesh known as Blightborn was lovingly stitched together by Surgeon Stitchflesh to lead the vanguard of the assault upon the Temple of Courage. Okay, so it's like an abomination. Amarath, the Reanimator. Amarath is the powerful, sadistic leader of the Necromancers of Zolremos. Oh, I love necromancers, man. He oversees the harvesting of corpse from atop his flying mount, the undead monstrosity Bonefang. So that's got to be him. And I'd say he certainly looks like a necromancer. Necromancy is like my tier 1 number 1 thing in this Warcraft universe, honestly. Surgeon Stitchflesh, mastermind behind the grisly abominations that are deployed from the floating fortress of Zolramos. He bends to his task with maniacal fervor, crafting the flesh of fallen enemies into undead amalgamations to be used in Maldraxxus' war in the Shadowlands. And we also have Nalthor the Rime Bender. As the commander of the House of Rituals, the conniving Nalthor the Rhymebender leads the attack upon the unwitting Kyrian forces. So, very basic, not any mechanics. I was hoping to hear some mechanics or some basic description of the encounters, but that's fine. All we got is this awesome picture, and I'm sure we'll see more this week because I think this is going to be an interesting dungeon, and I'm really interested in seeing if this is a theme. Why would Maldraxxus, what does it even say? The forces of Maldraxxus have invaded Bastion. Thirsty for anima, these monstrosities have ransacked the Temple of Courage. Heroes must thwart these invaders. So this is like us versus them, isn't it? I feel like they haven't explicitly said this, but I am very confident that that's what this is. If I pick Maldraxxus, you know what I mean? Like, I guess there'll be bad guys and good guys in each zone storyline, but like, I'm pretty sure these four covenants don't get along. I don't know though. Nobody's really talked about this. So what do you guys think? For me, Bastion is definitely the zone that I'm the most excited for. I think it's going to be look at that. That is just insane. Unbelievable picture. You know what I mean? Come on. Just absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah. All right. So thanks for watching. We'll continue on the Shadowlands coverage coming soon. Hopefully alpha on its way. And, we can start talking about more stuff once the game is playable. So thanks for watching. We're going to see you in the next one.